There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Bet's gonna cover, cash gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you. I'm coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, June the 5th. I'm just trying to get my graphics. It seems like my computer's running a little slow here. Probably should have restarted for this show. Hopefully I'm coming through okay. Thank you for joining me here on the Sports Money Network for our sports betting preview today, including Game 1 of the NBA Finals here tonight with Indiana traveling to take on Oklahoma City. We did get underway last night with a thrilling game in the National Hockey League Stanley Cup Finals with the Edmonton Oilers getting that win in overtime on that power play goal with just 30 seconds left. What an exciting game that was. 4-3, high scoring game. Hey, we had Edmonton here on the show yesterday as our pick. We had the over as our premium pick over at Tony's pick. So good outcome, good result anyway for me here in the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals. Draisaitl with that game. He scored to open the game. He scored to end the game there yesterday. Bennett, 2 goals for the Panthers as they had that 3-1 lead, but Arvidsson had a goal in there for Edmonton. And look, both goalies I thought were pretty okay for a 3-3 game there in regulation. Bobrovsky, obviously, in overtime came up pretty huge. And Oilers, of course, dominated that third period and the overtime to go up 1-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. So pretty thrilling game there. We can only hope to have a great basketball game here tonight with Oklahoma City and Indiana. Get your picks ready. All right, we are just underway here in one of the marquee matches of the French Open for sure, with Iga Swiatek taking on Aryna Sabalenka. And Sabalenka already has a break in this match in the first game here, first 2 games right now. Iga serving down 2 games already. She got broken. She's having trouble getting her serve in right now. So Sabalenka here, we're off to a pretty great start on Iga. Right now, Iga having all sorts of issues as the match gets underway. Could her reign as champion be over at the French? All right. How'd you folks do yesterday? By the way, match coming up later, Coco Gauff. Hey, I think she can take care of Loe Bosson here. It does seem like for Bosson, maybe the jig is up a little bit. It's been a great run, a great tournament. I think we'll see more of Bosson, but this might be her glory moment here to take on this match. But man, I gotta like Coco. We'll try to get that price down, right? That $5 price. I think you can get Coco in straight sets in the match today for maybe $1.75. And as exciting as Boysan has been, maybe it is time for her time might be up. So I'm going to take Coco to rock here. I don't know if I want to necessarily lay the games there, but I'll go straight sets. I guess you would lay the games there probably in a straight sets uh, match there, but that match coming up after this one, of course. And right now, Coco 550 in that match, and that's the second match, the second women's semifinal. Coco's up to almost $2 to win in straight sets now, so she should take care of that. All right, Sabalenka quickly up 3-0 here in this match. Wow. All right, let's take a look also at some folks here in the chat. Let me say good morning to the chat all-stars here today, including Kripke. Hey, you got it here, Kripke, Andrew, Cash Kane. You guys are on top in the community leaderboard to start rolling here. And let me tell me if I'm coming across okay. I feel like my computer's dragging here. I may restart this thing. I got to be honest with you. Andrew talking about it right there. Got broken there. Cash Kane, hello. Nuke Worker is here. Good morning to Nuke. Right now, Bilo says this is going to be a great match here. What a treat to have this going on. Hey, everyone, like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Boy, I feel like I'm dragging on the computer here, you guys. You guys let me know on this. I guess I must be okay. No one said anything here. There's Nukes, and hope everyone had the Oilers here. We did, for sure, here. And Robert McCormick's here today as well. Jermaine, good morning and hello. Nuke says that the Canadian team will finally win. And Jermaine said he's got the Twins, but only if Jermaine is in there. And Bobby Mack said, hey, is that Stinky Boy Son there that we're talking about today? I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty, I wouldn't say I'm probably coming off smelling like flowers after playing in an athletic match, the way I sweat and stuff like that. So pretty tough for old Stinky Boy Son there. Marty doesn't like Canada here. Laker boy said, Ramon, your Padres. What was going on there? 5-0. Yeah, this bullpen, man. What is going on with this bullpen? It's not good right now. And Spoon says everything. Okay, thank you, Spoons, because I'm even looking at it here on my little monitor where I can see myself, and I really am just doing it so I can keep a track of the community leaderboard there. But it's hanging over there too. But all right, as long as everything's good, like your boy says, it's going crazy here right now with Iga struggling here right now. Oh my God. Come on, Iga. I took Iga, you guys. I couldn't resist taking Iga here as a slight underdog where she's dominated, right? Yes, Sabalenka is playing the best tennis probably of her life right now, right? With her season that she's having, I guess even more than this, the last full year and a half for Sabalenka has been incredible. So there goes Iga with that backhand there now. You got to figure she'll get back into it, but I'm on Iga here, you guys, straight up as a premium too over there at Tony's. So come on, Iga, wake up. All right, old E, good morning. And Jermaine says Tigers team total off a loss. That's what you want to do. All right. Hey, it's daytime baseball today, so if you want more picks from me, head on over to winnable.com/Ramon and pick up my premium picks here for today and get more plays from me here on this matinee card. Also tonight, of course, NBA and WNBA as well. Here, there's also a game in the Canadian Football League, and there's Nations League action there. We saw the great comeback by Portugal yesterday. I thought Germany would be the side. They were up 1-0, and I went with Germany as my play over there at Winnable. But today we'll see what happens here in the nation. I'm probably going to go with Spain to advance. I'll probably just go Spain to advance in today's match in the Nations League here. And there's also World Cup qualifiers underway today. Australia has already defeated Japan here this morning. All right. Let's anyway head on over to winnable.com/Ramon, and for just less than 50 cents a day, you can get more plays from me. Just hopefully great stream of suggestions. I'm a high volume player, so I send out a update or two every day if you're subscribed here to my picks. All right, and use the promo code STEAM. Let me bring myself back up here, and you can use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. There's the address right there, and then use that promo code STEAM to save 20% off those packages. All right, and they're also underway in the Canadian Open here today. If you go subscribe to my free package over there at Winnable, how do I look here today, guys? Free package over there at Winnable. I do have my picks up for the Canadian Open. Also, the guys had their pick in there with their golf preview here this week, and they're just underway at the Canadian Open, so I think everybody can get on that leaderboard here a little bit and still want to get involved in the Canadian Open. Really just through the first 9 holes for the front groups right now, and Alex Smalley is on top. Hall is in second with, of course, Keith Mitchell. I mean, come on, it's the first round. Mitchell's going to be out there with a low score. Andrew Putnam's out there. Look, the Canadian Open doesn't have the prestige that maybe it used to. Don't want to say it too much like that. I mean, it's still a great national championship, but with the U.S. Open coming up, some players elected not to play this week. But Rory's here, and he's on that list of golfers. So you can check out my golfers today. I'd say I was a little bit chalky, but you know what? No, I'm not saying this guy's going to win, but I have one golfer on this list that maybe you want to try him in a top 20. Maybe you can find a head-to-head. I don't know when he teed off, actually, but I do have a golfer here. I rarely go this deep on the board, but in this tournament with a new course, I did find an angle here, and I do have a golfer here. I'm going to see if he's done anything here today, but I did go with a golfer today at 750 to 1. He is even par right now through 3 holes, and not saying he's going to win this tournament. And look, I did hit a 50 to 1 there a couple weeks ago. Jeff hit one a couple of weeks ago as well, but I went pretty deep with one particular golfer here this week. Don't really go that low, but I did here this week. So check out my picks over there at Winnable under the VIP free picks there. So no big deal. It's just a free subscription, and find out who my 750 to 1 golfer was this week. Hey, if anybody can get it in the final, if anybody wants to share it in the chat, that's fine too, if you know who it is. All right, let's say hello here and get rolling with the show. And Jermaine likes Kettle Marte. Cliff Floyd, nice to see you. Thank you. And Laker Boy likes the Diamondbacks on the money line, or let's see, plus money today against the Braves. And let's go over some of these baseball results from yesterday. Terrell says he had that Cubs game. Man, I said yesterday, I was like, wow, these guys are going to have trouble early. Boyd and Gore, this game I whiffed big time in that Cubs-Washington game for sure yesterday. No doubt about it. All right, did have a winner here on the show. Hey, I had the Colorado Rockies again, okay? So, hey, I might not get them all right, but I know when to be on Colorado, and we were on them here this week against Miami for sure. Had them in a couple of those games anyway, their sweep of the Marlins. Also, winner here on the show yesterday with the Angels and Boston game to go over. Yeah, it went over for sure there yesterday. And we did have Boston as a premium pick winner over at Tony's Picks, but my red hot streak kind of came to an end here. And, well, Ega returns the favor, says Andrew here. Maybe she'll get back on here a little bit, but it does feel like a lot of unforced errors so far when I've looked up at the action anyway. Also, yesterday we did have a pick on the under here on the show with Houston and Pittsburgh. That one stayed under here. Did a little bit of rough spot for me here in some of the baseball, but we did have that sweep there. I had Arizona yesterday over Atlanta as a big underdog, and we did have a pick on the under over there on the happy hour show yesterday at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Also, I had Tampa Bay yesterday here on the show with Boz over the Rangers. And hey, it didn't go under for once. Might have been a push for a lot of folks. I did have the White Sox yesterday as a premium pick on the run line, but we stuck with the White Sox yesterday, and they were able to get it done there, at least on the run line. Detroit ended up winning the game by 1 run. Also had a pick here on the show with Baltimore and Seattle game to go under in the evening action as well yesterday. And we had a winner on the show, of course, with the Minnesota Twins. I mean, who doesn't, right? We did. Again, Twins win, cover the run line once again against the struggling A's. And late night, we did have the Mets as a premium pick over the Dodgers. Yeah, we did. Dodgers right now, big time issues, it feels like here at this point with that, all those injuries maybe finally starting to, I don't want to say take effect. We don't want to talk about those Dodgers like that, but it has got to be a little bit of an issue here right now. Okay, Tremaine's leading the community leaderboard, and Josh is up there as well. So, hey, check out that community leaderboard and get involved here with me. And Terrell said team total over with Giolito's easy money. Gary's here as well. Let's get the show started and talk a little action here right now in the NBA to start us off, shall we, with game 1 of Pacers and Thunder here tonight, with the Thunder favored by 9.5 and the total of 230. Well, I guess defense doesn't win championships. Look, everyone's expecting this one to be a wild one, of course, with Indiana and OKC in game number 1. I mean, we know they always say OKC great defense, right? I mean, this team has great. How are they going to give up 110 points to these guys if they got such great D? That doesn't sound like great defense. What's the score going to be here? It says basically 110, basically 120 to 110 approximately. When you break this one down, do you really think it's going to be that big of a score here in the NBA finals? And they're going to look to do what maybe the Knicks couldn't do there a little bit with the Pacers, but still, nonetheless, giant favorite here, I guess. Look, most people have this rated right as if you have a 9.5, 10-point favorite for the Thunder. Well, you're going to have them rated as a favorite on the road too. What do we even play in the regular season for? I mean, this team is so dominant. This should be a sweep if they're going to be favored by 9. And look, I got a lot of heat from some other cappers maybe because, look, I don't know if the team should be favored by 9 in the NBA final. Look, I get it. The Thunder's been incredible. They're awesome. And they're $7 favorites to win this series. Pacers were able to outlast great teams, right? Such as the Celtics, the Cavaliers, all these Eastern Conference teams, the Knicks, don't forget that they were able to outpoint here to get to this spot. So why couldn't they be a little bit closer rated here? I'm sorry if anybody thinks that the Thunder are going to crush them here. And look, the statistics say game ones are absolute blowouts for the most part, especially when the spread is this big. This is usually, blowout city in the NBA Finals. That's just a fact. Um, uh, these uh, considerable favorites in the NBA Finals are always, and not always, but they often come through in situations like this. So let's see how you guys have it here. I want to know with the game today, in the uh, Thunder here and the Pacers. I'll just leave it to you guys. It's the finals. We don't need a big breakdown. We don't need me to tell you who's the best players out there. But I can try to speculate a little bit on my favorite players, or maybe my favorite guys that you want to capitalize here, maybe a little bit in prop land today. But I really think guys like Andrew Nemhard. I'd probably go to Nemhard. I'd probably go to Miles Turner. Just talking about the way the odds are right now in those props and who might be a little overpriced and underpriced. So I'm trying to explain the value of the prices in some of these guys. And I think for the Thunder, Chet Holmgren, even at the prices that you see there, I mean, Holmgren looks like the guy who could be set up for a big, big game, and I know that everyone says, hey, a neat way to play the favorite in a tournament, or the uh, if you don't want to play him at the money line price of 700, you can just take the MVP with SGA. So, yeah, that's one way to look at it. And if you wanted to do that, that's fine. But I don't know. I mean, look, SGA, I'm sure he'll have a great series. And even if he, maybe falls a little bit short of his averages, still could and should and be favored, of course, to get this MVP award. But uh, I don't know. I'd rather take a chance maybe on somebody else to get the most valuable player award. And I think Chet Holmgren, if you're kind of looking for the Thunder here, I'd say maybe Chet Holmgren might be my man that I would try to take. Jalen Williams has been incredible here as well. But talk about a guy who just fills his role, and I don't know, does it impressively for sure. But all right, let me see here what you guys have in the matchup with Oklahoma City and Indiana today. You look at the way it's gone down here spread wise, the Pacers haven't been great against the number going down here. And Canadians are definitely rooting for Oklahoma City. They're probably adopting OKC here. I know that some people are feeling like this is a way to root for Canada here. They maybe get upset if you root against them a little bit. Let's see here. Let's see what else we've got. Jermaine likes Casey Mize have a big game today in baseball. And Djokovic came through, sent me down to defeat yesterday. Andrew says, look at the score now here, 4-1. Crazy match so far. No one can win on serve or what? Look at this. AOD there. There's Nuke. He likes the Thunder here to roll. Pacers got to show him something. Nuke, if you haven't already, Pacers are beating these Eastern Conference teams, and maybe they probably don't have enough, I would think, for you here, but I'm taking the Pacers here on the Morning Steam show. Take them here to stay in the game today. I just explained to you the statistics, the history of the finals, and these big favorites would indicate that maybe the side is Oklahoma City here, but I'm not going to take it. I'm not laying 9 here. I'm going to take look. I would think it could be one of those that you see, right? That teams get off to a big lead and then we see the big comeback. We know we see crazy things right now in the NBA playoffs from weird blowouts to big rallies, right? So I kind of feel like that's what we could get. We could get Oklahoma City off to a good start, maybe even leading in the uh, first half and covering. But I think the Pacers are a really solid team, and you might question their defense because if you look at man for man on the floor, you might argue that maybe the Thunder, 1 to 5 have a better defensive player on the other side of the ball. Although I will say this, I think that they can work on SGA for sure. That's why I don't know if SGA would look. Maybe, like I said, his average numbers may be plenty for the MVP award given his high scoring average here. But I think the Pacers, the one area that they can be very, very solid against is the point guards like uh, SGA. So uh, Nuke says he will dominate this series. And Terrell says they're inflated. They're no doubt inflated. I cannot find any honest props for me. If you do have them for an explosive game like Nuke says, and there's no price that is going to be low enough, and you still will want to play them. But if I'm just looking across the board, like I said, I do not like the SGA props in this game just because of the prices. If he goes off and has a very above average game, he's going to smash them, obviously, here. But I'd be down on SGA. I'd be down on Hartenstein. I am on Holmgren. I'm neutral on Dort. I'm neutral on Williams in this game. I am down on Hallie in this game. I am down on Naismith in this game. I am a little bit down on Siakam in this game. I'm on Nemhard and I'm on Turner in Propland. All right, let's see here. A lot of cappers on the Pacer. Oh, I don't like that, Grip. Maybe I'm ready to come back with a favorite now. Maybe people were feeling like me that the line is too big there. Zoe's here. Nice to have Zoe Faye here, says Hallie for that big 20 plus. There you go. Right, there you go with that one. And let's see here. Yep, Hallie thought he should have got, or he was ready to get that MVP award, and then Siakam got it. Goops is here. Nice to have Goops again there. And Zoe says, could always, watch in-game live here, and don't be afraid when it comes to the finals, right? And we see sometimes those blowout games get away, but I don't know. I think those are when you have the teams that are not the final two teams a little bit. So Trevor likes this one to go over. Belo says too many points for an NBA Finals. And let's see here. Zoe says, "How about the money and the bets?" And everyone knows that I'm a tickets guy. I'm always a money guy here because hey, maybe you bet more than I do, and hey, maybe I'm smarter or better. I don't want to say it like that. Maybe the other way around too, but I'm a tickets guy, and I think tickets right now we're running almost 50-50, maybe a little bit in favor of the Thunder here, it feels like. But I never know. All right, and even Dort got 30 last time against these guys. All right, I guess that's going to be it here. And Zoe, that's just for probably game, well, might be for the whole series, though, too. And Iga got the break. Now, this has been a crazy match. Nobody can hold serve here right now in the match, huh? Gary says, we're going to have to take Iga in 3 here now if Sabs wins this first game. So it hasn't been a aesthetically pleasing match, it looks like, from what I can tell. And Flea Mathis is here. All right, that's it for basketball. I guess I'm on the Pacers here, plus the points today in game number 1. All right. Zoe, thank you. And Andrew says it looks like Arena is, maybe laboring a little bit more than Iga to start. And Snook says, don't forget, get your picks ready. We'll make a pick. I'm ready to make a pick tonight. I've even got a graphic for our opener between uh, Ottawa and Saskatchewan tonight. I'm so old school. You know what, Nuke? That's the. Forget and look, I know we got the Red Blacks here, but you know and I know this is the Rough Riders and the Rough Riders, the great Rough Riders versus Rough Riders game. All right. And Goops, I think, likes Hallie under today. All right, so hopefully, other than maybe some trends here, right? Oklahoma City was 50-25 against the spread as a favorite this season, but Indiana 16-14 as an underdog this year. Oklahoma City's been on a spread roll. Indiana really has not been that great. Well, I won't say it like that. I mean, those are regular season numbers. So Terrell says Oklahoma City wins this one by double digits. The Cavs are on the verge of blowing out Indy in some of those games. So, okay, Indiana 6-2 against the spread. Their last 8, 6-1 against the spread. Their last 7 on the road. So they weren't really bad against the spread. Spoke too soon. Well, Nuke said he picked the Riders, and that's both teams, right? No, we know the Ottawa Red Blacks. Sounds like Nuke's on Saskatchewan here as we get the season underway in the CFL. Hey, it's June 5th. It's time for some football. All right, Oklahoma City 4-2 against the spread. They're in that last series and game here right now, and they've won 5 of their last 6. 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two have gone over. Oklahoma City's gone over in 5 of their last 7. This one looks like it's actually within the last couple of minutes here just starting to tick down a little bit. We saw it reach 230, even 230 and a half, 232 at a book here in Vegas. But right now, Circa has just moved to 229. One of the sharpest books in the world has just moved this 229. The widely reported steam actually has just come in within the last couple of minutes, and several sharp books have moved to at least 229 and a half or lower. There's a little bit of a move right now coming in. I'm seeing plenty of books starting to tick under the 230 mark here in this one. All right. And now Andrew says, look, this one's all changed here all of a sudden because it's 4-3 right now in the match. I have to, you see you're not supposed to, but, the match is on obviously in front of me, but I got to look around my computer to see the score live. But I got Andrew telling me the score, so. All right, and Tremaine says Pacers first quarter, and he's got it over 240 tonight. He's going to ramp it up and go alternate line here today. All right, we've talked a lot about it. I'll just take I got it. I'm taking the Pacers. If it's a blowout, so be it. I don't necessarily want a blowout, so Gary says Iga's the better. She's the clay court legend, I'd say, even at this point. I think it's safe to say, especially given the 4 championships and the winning streak here right now. But it's still a toss-up here. Actually, let me look. I want to maybe I could peek at the live line here currently while we're into the between games here. Sabalenka with her 1-game lead and coming up serving here is -$2 or so currently. But boy, I think I'd probably be looking at Iga here right now as a little bit of a dog again. This might be the opportunity. She just won the first point. Okay, here we go. Let's go to our baseball action here tonight. And get ready for this. Hey, I say tonight, day card. I think Gorky's ready to go right now here on Sviatek. While Gorky's here, let's go to the baseball, shall we, today with the Diamondbacks taking on the Braves. Here, we're in a daytime action here today. A big afternoon card right now. So let's get to it. You've got Brandon Pfaadt going for the Diamondbacks, and you've got Holmes here. Hey, Holmes for the Braves in this one. And the Braves, that line, look, I typed these lines in last night before I got some shut eye. And so I got to update this line right now. The Braves are up. Interestingly, after the 229s, it went right back to 230. Had all those books talking about that total in the basketball game. All right. Let's clean it up here right now with the Diamondbacks and the Braves. The Braves are up to $1. Bovada has now moved the Braves to $1.70. So I'll call it $1.60 here, but this number's gone up pretty high. Thought was dreadful last time out, right? So not great numbers. He's got a 5 ERA. And for Holmes here, he's got 3.78 ERA, 1.16 whip, 230 batting average against. Good numbers here for Holmes. It does feel like a pretty high jump in the price here. And you do have an Arizona team, better offense than Atlanta. At least this season, they're averaging 5 runs per game, but on the road, not as strong. Braves average just 4 runs per game coming in. Arizona's still 7-5 with Bott. He's 7-4 overall here. Holmes is 3-7 to the under in his results so far this season. We can look at some of the numbers here, but you guys can get ready with your picks right now with this one. 12:15 Eastern, 9:15 a.m. Pacific. This one's MLB Network game right now for Arizona here. They've lost 9 of their last 13 games coming in, but the Braves have lost 5 of their last 6 at home. Arizona comes in with a 3-game winning streak right now. So I just think the line's just gone a little bit too high considering, I get it. Bott looked bad. Holmes actually looked okay here, but now at $1.35 here, I'm probably going to have to come back again. On Arizona, they have the 3-game winning streak here right now. Atlanta has a 3-game losing streak. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but Atlanta's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Arizona's gone over in 5 of their last 7. Arizona, though, has gone under in 5 of its last 7 games on the road. So some contrast there with the totals here in this one, but I have a feeling we might see some good pitching early here. I'm going to go with Arizona, and if that's a little bit tough to fathom here for you, I mean, Atlanta's obviously on a big move. The Sharps are on them too. I must admit that looks like a pretty sharp move, but just seems too high for me right now for an Arizona team that's got a little bit of a good streak going. But I'm going to go also, since it's our early game right now, I'd like to give out 2 plays sometimes in that one. I'm going to go under in the first 5 actually here with Fott and Holmes. I've got Fott needing a bounce back spot, so I'm going to try him here to have a good outing against the Braves today and go under in the first 5 innings in this one. The current line is 5 over 20 for the most part, shaded to the over here. So give me Arizona and under in the first 5 today. All right, that's it for that one here. Let's move on. Oh, let me get your picks. I'm sorry, gang. I'm really here for your picks. They say it's a pick show for Ramon. No, it's a pick show for you guys. Gorky says he likes Spain money line in 90 minutes. So that looks good there. I did already say, Gorky, that I like Spain to advance. I lost yesterday's game, though. I had Germany. We saw the great comeback there late. But even if players were diving and looking like fools out there. He also likes Ottawa here on the money line as an underdog today. And he likes Stinky. he likes Stinky Boy. I shouldn't call her that. I think she's been awesome here, but it was just, too easy. Let 9 Legacy Braves money line, Cash Cane Braves. First 5 run line. Textiles is here. He says this match is looking great. Andrew says this is, classic confrontation, Andrew, right? But there's no doubt. I mean, look at these percentages right here. Second serve points, 1, Iga 18%, and Sabalenka 33%. So it's kind of goofy. We're not seeing a perfect match here for sure. And Braves last night, right, stopped you a good job, right? That's what you had to do there because the price has gone up a good 20, 30 cents here right now. Goops is on the Braves. And Jerry says NBA favorites 18-2 in that first game. I think he's what he's saying. And Gary says Sabalenka's having, but she just got a nice point there. An under here for Terrell, says the Braves trying for the fences here. Robert says first 5 there on the Braves. And so he's got some trends here. Okay, let's move on. Next up, we do have a doubleheader today because of the rain out yesterday. And game 1 is Kansas City and St. Louis with Noah Cameron. And looks like we have the same matchup here with Miles Mikolas as yesterday. I don't think they're going to mix up the Sabalenka has fallen here. She does not look injured, but she got a dirty butt. She got a clay butt there. Is able to take advantage for Iga to rock one past her here. It does feel like a little bit of a momentum change right now. I don't know if it's a huge momentum change. Okay. Kansas City and St. Louis here. Did preview this one yesterday, right? So let me just stick with what we had. If we're going to have, I don't want to confuse anybody who maybe plays to the game. We did go with Cameron yesterday, so we'll just stick with Cameron again here today. Following the rain out, Cameron, terrific, 1.05 ERA, 153 BABIP, is 4 games so far. I know it's just a early start, but this pitcher does look like a highly above average pitcher. Maybe he's a little bit of you haven't seen me yet luck in there with some of these starts, but for this young left-hander who is a pretty touted prospect, he is looking pretty strong here and going up against the Cardinals team that some say struggles. Scoreboard down that the Cardinals struggled, but they are 10-9 against left-handed pitching. So, maybe the metrics, the numbers aren't as good as that. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Royals here. Look, I don't know if we were getting the same prices yesterday, actually. Yeah, I guess we were. Right now, Kansas City plus $1.10 at the minimum. In this one, I'll take Kansas City. Guys, put in the picks there again from yesterday if you'd like. You have Kansas City here. They've won 4 out of the last 5 games here against St. Louis on the road, and Sabalenka's fired up. St. Louis has won 9 of their last 12 games at home. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two have gone over. St. Louis has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. Kansas City's gone under in 6 of their last 9 games on the road. St. Louis is 19-9 at home so far this season, but I'm going to try Kansas City. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Let's get some comments from you. I can't let this one go by, even if we did that here. And Fernando says people are liking Spain here today, but he had Portugal in that one. And he likes France. And let's see here. Gorky said, this,
Steam playing.
Gorky talking about the match here. Hey, we're seeing some steam here right now in the game tonight between Cleveland and the Yankees. Slade Ciccone going up against Max Fried. Steam coming in on the under right now. We might see some 8s here soon. 8 over in Cleveland and Yankees with the steam coming in right now. on the under in that game. I'm showing here 8 flat right now at Bovada. So big move here on that under. All right, let's see here. Jermaine got over 1.5 runs, hits, and RBIs in the last 9 straight road games. Jermaine says lay the Royals in both. And Card's not good in doubleheader, says Jermaine. And Jermaine wants Slade Ciccone and Iga. Now here, we're having an interesting match anyway, despite despite the, I'd say it's not been a great match. Great how they're playing. But I'm doing this show. All right, Royals money line there. Let's go to the next one. We've got the Tigers taking on the White Sox. And look, we had the White Sox yesterday. The thing is, Detroit, as good as they've been, they've really had to work through it a little bit here with the pitching this week. They're having a couple of setbacks injury-wise, it feels like, and it's cost them a little bit here. They lost to the White Sox. Or no, they beat the White Sox yesterday. They lost to them 2 days ago by the score of 8-1, but the first game was 13-1. So we're wrapping up the 4-game series here in this one with Mize and Burke here. Look, Mize is just fine. He is 2.82 ERA, 2.36 batting average against. Mize is 6-1 so far, but Burke, he's got that 4.20 ERA, 2.38 batting average against. These peripheral numbers are pretty good. He does have some issues with the walks here, but still a big price. And the White Sox, I'm not saying they're playing any better at this point, but they've been hanging in there a little bit. And if no matter how you look at it, the White Sox this season, 35-27 on the run line. They've been underdogs in every single game, but it just shows you they play plenty of one-run games often. They often are able to hang in there. They've won 19 games. It hasn't been it's been a disaster, but still well above 500 on the run line. And Detroit is just a 500 club on the run line on the road. So I think this one is okay for me to want to try to take the White Sox here again on the run line today. Let's see if you can do it with me. I don't know. Maybe you like this total. Let's go to the chat here. I'll cover a few trends here anyway. Detroit's won 15 of their last 20 on the road. They've beaten Chicago in 5 of the last 6. White Sox have lost 5 of the last 6. Detroit's won 8 of their last 10 overall. And Detroit also 21-12 to the over on the road. White Sox 17-11 to the over at home. So I was thinking under, but I'm going to go with the White Sox on the run line again as my play. They've just shown a little bit of life. And look, that is a great, for as bad as this team is, 35-27. It's not like the White Sox are laying a lot of chalk on the run line when they're getting the 1.5. It's just like this one, right? For the most part, I don't know if it's a profitable run line long term. Yeah, they've had to lay some, but a lot of times it's like this. And when you get the plus or even money here, as this one might be, I'm going to take the White Sox run line. Let's see what you guys have here. Thank you. Let's see here. Zoe loved what he saw from Cameron. And let's see here. Jermaine says -2 is where you got to go right now with that one. And 9 Legacy says Detroit run line here. And let's see here. Terrell says the White Sox can be that team that's going to kind of cover the – what a shot right there by Sabalenka. Great pass, huh? Zoe says Sox top 3 MLB run line. He knows it. Zoe knows it too. So, all right, I'm taking the Sox here to do it again. Feels like Burke has become the better. Like we talk about Smith and we talk about what Smith has done. Looks like Burke. The White Sox are 5-5 straight up with Burke on the mound. That should say a lot too. Now, Tigers are 7-2 with Mize, but okay, that's it for that one. Let's move on. Phillies. I'm frozen on my computer. I hope you guys are seeing me. Obviously, if somebody would have said something here, but my shit's going slow. All right, Phillies and Blue Jays, nice pitching matchup here. It feels like with Luzardo and Bassett. Luzardo 3.58 ERA, 358 BABIP. Same thing here for Bassett. 3.8 ERA, 342 BABIP. Toronto's gone 3-9 to the under with Bassett on the mound this season. Phillies with Luzardo 8-4, but Toronto with Bassett 7-5. So a good tight matchup here with Philly just barely favored. It feels like right now $1.15 or so, yeah. And this total has dropped a half of a run to 8 on some widely reported steam. That's where I'm going to go. I'm just going to go with the under. I actually was going to look at this as a premium, but losing a half a run here, and we still know that these offenses can kind of go. But right now, the Phillies are kind of in one of their toughest little skids of the season right now, having split these first 2 games and, of course, getting swept by Milwaukee. This is about as rough as it's gotten, it feels like, here for Philadelphia. And meanwhile, for Toronto, pretty good run, right? Yeah, they beat up on the A's, but yeah, they've split these 2 here right now. Toronto's 21-13 at home. So let's see, though, what you have. I mean, Luzardo has been pretty good for sure, but Toronto at home, you don't want to count these guys out. 21-13 record, still pretty decent at home for sure. They've won 8 of their last 9 at home, but Philly 14-17 on the road in their last, or 14-3 on the road in their last 17 games here right now. Philly's also won 8 of the last 11 meetings between these 2 teams, but Philadelphia just 1-5 in their last 6 games overall. Toronto's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall coming in. Let's see how you have it here with Philly taking on Toronto. Last game of this series on getaway day here. Let's go. I think I already said I'm on the under, so I guess let's go to the chat though and see what you guys had. Sorry about that. Kind of went first. Textiles, maybe liking Burke there a little bit. And Zoe, yeah, thank you. Okay, thanks for the update there, Zoe. I should have restarted. I knew as soon as I take my time getting on the air, and I said, boy, I should have started the computer over here a little bit. Even the Mac is running slow. Here's 9 Legacy Blue Jays money line. Jerry's on Toronto and the under. Fernando on the over here, and Luzardo had that bad outing that got goops off of him there. Kripke's on the Phillies now, and Phillies and Luzardo in a bounce back, says Tariq. And Robert is on the Phillies as well. So a lot of Phillies love here. I'll just take the under.
Critical notice.
All right, that notice you heard in the background here is for our actually for our next game, as David Festa has been announced here, I believe, as the starter in the game here today against the Oakland, against the Athletics. So I don't know if that changes too much for folks here right now with this pitching change. Here is all I can call it at this point for the Twins. We'll go into some of the numbers here if I can just get my computer to speed up a little bit here. Sorry about this, gang. But On my end, it's really lagging. Oh boy. Okay, let me just read off some numbers and some trends here right now. I'm trying to get the information up to date here on this pitching change. It looked like it was already being talked about a little bit before I came on the show, and now it looks like it's more official here right now with Minnesota coming in having won 5 straight meetings. Against the A's coming in. Minnesota's won 12 of their last 17 games here on the road. A's have lost 9 straight, 10 of their last 11 at home. It's going to be hard. Even I don't care if uh, Vesta's pitching. Who else could pitch? Bert Blyleven might be pitching here for the Twins today. Who else could pitch for the Twins? It doesn't matter. It feels like I'm still taking the Twins. There's just this Oakland team is broken. Doesn't look like they're able to fix this at all. Kind of like my computer here. I don't even have the right graphic up for this game because it's going so slow. A's. We know the A's have. I think we saw two different names for the A's here too, right? Is it Spence or? Yes, Spence is the pitcher here, right? Expected to start anyway for the. It doesn't matter. These A's are just so bad right now. It doesn't seem they can fix it right here at all. With this losing streak, Minnesota's come in here and beat them up in these first 3 games by the score of 26-8. It actually went under yesterday, surprisingly. The widely reported steam has come in on the over here. It says 10 here, but it's 10.5, even slightly juiced to the over here in this one. So, and right now, hey, maybe it is they've gone to a look. Ober's the more experienced pitcher here, and I got to change the pitcher's name here as well, but I'll put Festa up there. So, okay, I think the graphic is finally ready there. But $1.80 is kind of outrageous. I'll still lay the run line, but I'm just going to do it as my free play. And look, I'm not telling you guys something you don't already know about this. If anything, the value side is the Athletics, no matter how you look at it. And, sometimes as a handicapper, you're supposed to just take value no matter what, but you got to put some logic into it as well. So I'm on the Twins here on the run line. I don't care who's pitching. Look, there'll be spots for the A's. I've been an A's proponent at the beginning of the season. I was quick to get off of them. I think it's fair to say I got off of them in time, but Nine Legacy says the Twins are a dynamo on that run line right now. 23-16 as a run line favorite. And Zoe says likes the Twins on the run line. So not much opinion on this game. Not a great game here, obviously. So, all right. Yeah, just go with it. Next, let's go to the next one. I think we got all that we need. Team total over here, I think, for Spoons. Oh, A's team total over. So, that way if it goes over, you're probably in there. And maybe if the A's compete here, because obviously we're going into a tiebreak here. Yep. Everybody's loving this match. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I am too, probably paying a little bit too much attention to it. Twins team total over here, also good look. A's bullpen, they're the worst here. So, all right, let's go with the Twins. Let's move on to the next one here with better game. Orioles, the hot Orioles here on the road. They've got a bad record. They're on a winning streak here right now. I was kind of like one that when everyone was kind of talking about, man, these Orioles are terrible. I was kind of like, they're not terrible. They're just terrible. And it just seems like when I've wanted to count the Orioles out, that's when they've come back. Maybe I'm timing them wrong, but I just feel like when I wanted to say, yeah, you know what, I agree, this record's bad, the Orioles are bad, that's when they go on a winning streak like this one right here. And when I wanted to say, yeah, you know what, they are uh, pretty good, and then they start losing. So, but it is nice that they're able to win these games right here on the road against Seattle, 2 in a row after they beat the White Sox. The Orioles are hot, man. They've won 8 of their last 10. Coming in right now, 5 straight wins here. They've beaten Seattle in 5 of the last 6 games, and you look at this price, and you're like, you know what? You've got uh, Eflin in here. 4.46 ERA. Now, Wu has been strong. Wu, 2.56 ERA, 218 batting average against. He's very, very solid. But the price has kind of gone up here, too. Not the price on screen is actually a little bit high. Let's call it $1.50. And the total 7.5 here. It's definitely shaded more to the under than the over. So let's put that on screen here with Eflin and Wu. But even this one does feel like a little bit the way Orioles are playing here. I said yesterday on the happy hour show that I'm on, I said, how can this game be close to a pick 'em here? The Orioles are not that good. What do they know? It was one of those, what do the bookmakers know? What do the sharps know that I didn't know? And, the Orioles won. So shame on me for not considering them here, but at this price, I'm probably considering them. I'm woken up again here, it feels like right now, with the Orioles in this. Wu's been strong, so let's see what you got. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Baltimore has gone under in 5 straight, getting good pitching. 13 of the last 20 games for Seattle have gone under. Baltimore has gone under in 4 of their last 5 on the road, but Seattle has gone over in 14 of their last 19. They are 18 and 12 to the over at home, but Baltimore's 11 and 19 to the under on the road. So let's see what you got here with Baltimore and Seattle. I will go to the chat in this one to see what you got. All right. And I love spending time with you, but I'll be glad when this show's over and I'll restart my computer, because having to wait an extra 5 seconds for every little thing I do is making this show go longer. I apologize. Andrew says, break up those Orioles right now. All right. Maybe the Orioles are just starting to come back there. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. Wu's last game, the team was up and then lost. She likes Minnesota in there. Orioles for Kripke. What is the run line is going to be a little too heavy for me to. I love a good run line, but not at $1.60 here. So I'm going to try the Orioles once again. I say once again. I mean, I was on Seattle yesterday, and regret. Here, Cash Kane says first 5 for Seattle. And Eflin has been Effie. Play on words there a little bit. Eflin's been Effie. Not iffy, but Effie. Mariners to blow out, says Cash Kane. And a little bit of struggles there in the bullpen. Mullins home run here for Terrell. Mariners money line for 9 Legacy, and Robert likes Seattle. I'm going to go ahead and take a Baltimore in this one to keep their little streak going. Good job by the Orioles right now, for sure. Zoe says they love said Mullins in Baltimore, and why wouldn't they, man? What a player. All right, next up. Got to talk about my Padres here, and this doesn't feel like a great matchup going up against a left-hander like Robbie Ray, who's kind of owned the Padres a little bit too. Not only that, he's pitching great. Giants are 10-2 with Ray on the mound. That's one of the best records for any team with a specific pitcher this season. 2.43 ERA, 1.1 WHIP coming in, 194 batting average against. Dylan Cease has not lived up to expectations here with the Padres. He's been durable. He's gone out there, kept him in the game. The Padres are 7-5 with Dylan Cease on the mound here, but so far He's just 1-4 with a 4.66 ERA and 3.33 BABIP. Coming into this one as Sabalenka wins that first set. What a job she did there. What were the unforced errors? Anybody keeping track of the stats here in this one? All right, and I'm down here right now, but hey, this match can go any way right now. It feels like a great spot actually for an Ega price. Okay, Padres here, certainly with a little bit of a lost yesterday's game, stopped their 3-game losing streak, and the Giants were able to get that win by the score of 6-5. As the Padres blew that 5-0 lead. The Padres offense not going too well here right now, and they are just 15-15 straight up on the road. Giants are 18-11 at home. Right now, the Giants are about $1.15 or so. You get a big discount on the Giants, and it feels not a huge discount, but a good discount. $1.15, $1.20 maybe here right now, and the total has dipped considerably here on let's see, 7.5 under 20 right now. Let me see what you have. I got now, here's the thing about this, okay? We've seen the scores a little bit low here. We know the Giants are a massive under. Yeah, yesterday's game went over, but the Giants are 11-27 to the under as a favorite. The Padres are 8-16 to the under as an underdog. The Giants have been going under big time here of late. They've gone under in 9 of their last 10. And 11 of their last 12. Also, 6 of their last 8 at home have gone under. Now, when the night games there in San Francisco, the air gets heavy. That's what happens. You see those fly balls. They look like they're going out right away, and then they die. It's a day game today, so it's a little bit different. But still, with these two and maybe with this pitching here, I'm still going to try the under. I just want to throw that out there, though. Look, last season and a half, Giants were like, what are they? 2/3 of the home games have gone under since dating back to the beginning of last season. That's a serious trend. But I would say that when you're looking at it, and you probably know it too, under at night, a little bit different. I don't have the numbers here in front of me. I was just thinking of this right now as I was contemplating it. But 10 of the last 12 meetings have gone under between these two teams. Yesterday was the over, right, in that little stretch here. And like I said, Giants gone under in all these games here of late. So even maybe with this one, even with it being a day game here, I'm still going to go under today. Maybe because it's Cease and Ray. And like I said, Cease hasn't been great, but Padres facing a lefty is a little bit of an issue, says Zoe. Under heavy here for Cash Kane. Andrew says San Francisco. So does Tariq. And Terrell talking about said Mullins there. And Goop said, look, we were going, right? Goop said, look, just because it's one game there, right? Giants first 5 for Spoons, for Robert. Spoon says the Giants have been using their bullpen, need Ray to go pretty deep. And right, I think one thing, Spoon's right, if these pitchers are on, it could be one of those 2-hour and 25-minute games here a little bit. Giants and under for Jerry. And I think that's it from you guys here. Let's keep it going right now. I'm on the under in the Padre game, and we got a good one to wrap it up with the afternoon action with the Mets taking on the Dodgers with David Peterson. I probably said Drew Peterson for the last 10 times, you guys, and I know it's David Peterson, but I think I've been saying that for the last 5 games he's pitched, it feels like. For David Peterson here, right now, his numbers, he's got a 2.97 ERA and 3.03 BABIP, 1.2 WHIP. Mets are 8-3 with Peterson on the mound. For Landon Knack here, he's 4-2, or the Dodgers are 4-2 with Knack, and he's 3-2 overall with a 4.58. earned run average here. Mets got the win yesterday. Hey, I was on them yesterday. I took the Mets here as my premium play at sport with my sports money premiums. Mets have won 8 of their last 10. This does feel like for the stretch we talked about with the Dodgers and the pitching woes here, the injuries continuing to mount, things like that. This has been a little bit of a rough stretch where I'll just say it like this. Uh, um, the Dodgers are beatable. We know that, right? They're not that dominant team right now, and who knows if they'll get it together. Kershaw, he looks like he's going to be a long reliever come playoff time. The way this is going, Gonsolin looks crummy. This Dodgers just don't have the pitching right now. These injuries have to be taking their toll. So you look who they end up throwing out there, and they're still the Dodgers. They're going to be there. They've got all the great offense, of course, but a little bit tired here all of a sudden. Still 22-11 at home, 31-20 as a favorite. Dodgers here, but the Mets have won 4 of the last 5 against them, and this price right now is down to $1.30, maybe even $1.25. So I always talked about I'm one of those, hey, you get the Dodgers at a discount, but it doesn't feel like I'm worried about that anymore because the prices have kind of come back to, well, normal. Or like just a regular team here a little bit. So, all right, what are you going to do today with the Mets and the Dodgers? I find this one to be, even for me, still a little bit tough, even though I might be talking from a Mets angle here. And look, Dodgers against left-handed pitching, they're 8-11 against left-handed starters here so far this season. So it hasn't been great necessarily for them. And let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one between the Mets and the Dodgers here today. Good game here. All right, here we go, I think. Andrew's on the Dodgers here. Mets again for Gorky. And Andrew's got the over here. So he says those Dodgers. Dodgers bounce back here, says Tariq. With Landon, or is that what he said? I'm not sure there. Not sure what he meant. All right. Yeah, I'm going to try. This one. I'm going to try the Mets here again today as a dog. In this one at plus $1.10 now. Not a great price, so I'll use it as my free play here. On the show, let's get to the nighttime action now. We got 5 games here. We got the Astros on the road taking on the Pirates with Framber Valdez taking on Mitch Keller here in this one. And got the Astros here, $1.50. They're not quite $1.55 anywhere, but I'll update it anyways because the total needs to be updated. We'll call them $1. I'm going to call it $1.45 because I think I'm going to take the Pirates actually in this game. Let's call the total 7.5, shall we? Because the total has been steamed here a little bit on the under, and we might get some pitching here. I'm not sure it's a great situation for Valdez here. Look, I can't make any. Can't give you too much good mojo on the Pirates other than the fact that they won the game yesterday, did a nice job. And I think that the Astros might be in a little bit of a dead spot, though. It was 3-0 yesterday. They were, shut down by Burrows. So this Astros offense, it definitely has some issues, might be having some issues here today. Now, we know the Pirates offense has plenty of issues, but you know what? For Framber here, 3.12 ERA, 213 batting average against. He's got pretty solid numbers for sure. We know Framber, guy who can go out there and throw a no-hitter tomorrow. But Keller here is 1-7. The Pirates are 3-9 with him on the mound. These two pitchers are combined 8-16 to the under here, but I don't think I can get. Let me see what this Pirates money line is. I don't think it's good enough. Oh wow, they're only minus $1.30. I'm going to take the Bucks on the run line here, and I think that sounds cheap actually. Minus $1.30 on the run line. You might even get a little cheaper than that at some of the sharp books. Here. Oh, let me see here. Spoons was on the Dodgers there. Robert was on the Dodgers. I missed those. Mets and Padres money line for 9. Legacy. Astros and under for Andrew. And Mets run line does say, look, you've got Peterson, probably better than Mac. Tariq's on the Pirates with me. I'm going to take him on the run line here just because I kind of chickened out a little bit because of Keller's poor record here so far. But I'm kind of going in this one I'm going against Framber. I'd look to play Framber maybe under in his outs, maybe even under in his strikeouts today, and I'm going to take the Bucks here. Okay. So he says, yeah, that run line does look a little bit inexpensive. And Terrell's talking about some plays from yesterday. Let's go on here. Seeing some movement in the Canadian Football League game here right now. Looks like Saskatchewan might be. Let me look at it here. I'll just say it here real quick. Maybe a little move on Ottawa. Okay, Robert likes the under in this game. I think I do too. Could be a premium later on, I'll tell you. Cubs and Nationals here. True Pomeranz look pretty good, right, so far for Pomeranz in that first start here. He's had an incredible season. His numbers are off the charts, and now he's getting put into this starting lineup. He doesn't run that deep, but when you've gone 15 games without allowing a run so far, and you have a whip of 0.5, you're going to get a little more activity. He's striking out 30% of the hitters, and he's also just walking 6% of the hitters here right now. Pomeranz has been on fire, feels like right now. And, well, you know what? We did have the Cubs there yesterday. Didn't work out as Washington was able to get the win, but I feel like I don't really have a good feel in this series because I whiffed on that game big time. Irvin here, 5-1 record, believe it or not, for Washington. 3.93 ERA and a 250 BABIP. Pretty good numbers here for Irvin. He's done a nice job, and he's a pretty substantial dog. But when you look at the price here, actually, it does feel like a dollar. What is it? It's up to $1.45 or so right now with Pomeranz, maybe because of the hot streak that he's on. Maybe people are starting to see it a little bit. Look, he's not a deep starter. I mean, this is just his second start of the season. So Irvin, Nationals are 7-5 with Irvin on the mound, and he's got just a 235 batting average against and a 1.1 whip. Irvin's done a nice job here. So I think you've got some good pitching here in a series where most people are talking about the overs, but yesterday the score was 2-0. Washington got that win. Mackenzie Gore was on fire, right? He gave up 3 consecutive hits to start the game and then threw 6 no-hit innings, I think is what they were saying. That he looked very, very sharp. So good job there. All right, let's go to the chat, though. Maybe get some stats with these guys in this one with Chicago and Washington. Chicago's won 7 of their last 9, but Washington's won 5 of their last 7. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Cubs have won 9 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams right now. But both starting pitchers are in pretty interesting form here. Let's see what you got. Ottawa money line in the football game for Gorky. Toronto money line is going with all of his CFL action here. Thank you, Gorky. Cash Kane on Nats first 5. Zoe on Cubs first 5. And also, how about the big games in the UFL from Gorky? Doing a great job there, Gork, on these smaller leagues. I can appreciate that. Cubs in a bounce back here for Tariq Pomerantz. These numbers are good for sure, but Washington's having a little bit of a nice little surge here right now. They lost 2 of their last 3 coming in. And Cubs first 5 here for Robert. You guys are pretty much on the Cubs here. It feels like to be. And man, it does feel like I'm going to go with the over here. Look, I know I'm talking up these pitchers right now, and yesterday was 2-0. I'm going to make it my free play. I don't have a lot of numbers maybe to back this up other than Cubs 17-11 to the over at home. Urban has gone over in his starts, 7 of the 12 starts to the over, and Cubs here over in 4 of their last 5 on the road. I'm going over here. I feel a little contrarian right now in that. Pirates and Nationals for 9 legacy. Next up's the Guardians of the Yankees. Oh, I think that's what he meant. He says Cubs and Fried. Is that who was saying it? Terrell? No, who was saying it? Look, you got Max Fried here. Been totally outstanding, 1.92 ERA, and you're going up against a Guardians team here. Yes, a solid record here so far, 6 games over 500, but man, Fried right now, 7-1 here currently. The Yankees are 10-2. You talk about these teams that are winning with certain pitching. That'd be the Yankees and Fried. Cleveland's won 3 of their last 4. You got Slade Ciccone on the World Tour here right now, coming in with a 5.28 ERA and a 300 BABIP. So I'm going to go Yankees run line in this game. Right now, Yankees still 16-13 on the run line at home. It's not profitable because they've had to lay some prices here, but I'm going to take the Yankees here on the run line in this game. I think we'll see Fried probably deal. I really feel like, it's easy to say, but I've got him even above his normal greatness here, I think, against the lineup here tonight. Yankees run line for 9, legacy cash gains on it as well. But Andrew likes Cleveland first 5 plus 1.5. So pretty square for me here, but I'm going to take the Yankees to roll this one after the 4-0 loss to Cleveland last night. They only won the first game 3-2, but I've got Fried probably to deal here. And look, I kind of like Ciccone here long term a little bit, but let me go with Fried here tonight. Okay, next up. Well,
Steam play.
Right now, a little bit of steam coming in on Minnesota in that game against the must be 7:30. Vesta's getting steamed up here to $2, so I think we already mentioned it was already on the move. Funny how you'd think that replacing Ober with Vesta wouldn't create a big move, but I don't think it's about that. Okay, let's talk about the next one here right now with Texas going up against the Rays. And, well, you know what? I'm not going to say the run of unders is over. And we are playing in Tampa Bay, but it didn't go under yesterday. It might have been a push. Some may have even lost with the under. Yeah, if you had the over with these two, good on you. We know it's been massive under city with Texas and maybe with Tampa as well at home. Even though they talk about that Park being kind of a over Park, Tampa still 14-22 to the under at home. Man, they're 10-19 to the under as a favorite. Rangers, of course, 9-20 as an underdog. They're 20-41 to the under overall. Ryan Pepio comes in here with an ERA of 3.21. 236 batting average against, 1.15 the whip. He's just 3-5. Rays are 4-8 with Pepio on the mound, but Jack Leiter here, he's 4-2 with a 3.66 ERA, and well, he's an underdog in this one. You've got Tampa Bay $1.40, 8.5 over 20. It's gone down a little bit here. Of course it has. So hey, you get an opportunity here maybe to get back on an under with these guys. Look, I've had a field day with these A's unders. I mean, no secret that a lot of my success here over the last month and a half has been a lot of these unders, especially with the Rangers and some with the Rays as well. These two pitchers are a combined 7-14 to the under so far this season. For the Rangers here, they have lost 11 of their last 15 games, but they've beaten Tampa Bay in 13 of the last 16 meetings. However, Texas just 7-1 on the road in their last 8 games. Tampa Bay's won 9 of their last 12 games at home. Uh-oh. There we go. Who knew? So Tampa here, still $1.45 or so, is a little bit high considering, right? But those are pretty substantial trends that Texas on the road not really cutting it right now. They're just 9-20 this season on the road, and Tampa, they're just a 500 team actually at home overall. They've had to kind of work back up to get this record here right now. So I don't like the price. I'm still going to take Tampa Bay in this one with this, kind of dominating series, despite the fact that yesterday, what was the final there for Tampa? 5-4, right? 5-4 after they won the first game, 5-1. So they have taken the first two in this series, and I don't like this price as a premium. So I will take Tampa Bay, though, here on the show. And we've got some plays from you guys. I think here is Cash Kane on the under 9 legacy, likes the Rangers. And thank you, Zoe. We appreciate you being here. Tariq on the Rangers first 5. Andrew likes Texas here as well. Look, thing was I ended up trying to make sure, Oh, no, we were on Tampa yesterday. Yeah, we were on Tampa, and I'm taking them again here today. Give me Tampa in this one. All right. Range, you guys are pretty much on the range. Look, if I were to price this game out, if you will, I'd probably be on the Rangers too. I don't like the price on Tampa. I just like the matchup, and I think they'll be able to do it, and that's why if you want to know how things work, right? That's why I'm going to go with Tampa Bay here. I just like the matchup, and look, I wouldn't lay $1.75, but I'll do it here as a small play. All right, Alex Smalley, 4 under here through 9. Nick Taylor, the Canadian, 3 under here. Look, I can kind of look. I'm on Taylor Pendrith. You can go over winnable, but we're 9 holes in. Let me see. I was thinking about giving out the golfers here a little bit, but I baited Rory here just because of the price. I mean, look, maybe it is Rory was 4-1, 9-2, right about there. Maybe that is a fair price considering he's a top 5 finisher in 45% of his tournaments right now over the last year. But Connors, Bobby Mack, I'm on Pendrith. I'm on Pendrith and Connors specifically. Hey, Canadians do well. Obviously, this is a new venue for these guys. So that was also some of my fade Rory. I mean, I know you can go out there and crush any course here. We're at the TPC Toronto, but also I took Noren and I took Eric Cole as kind of my long shot, and the super long shot I mentioned here. Maybe I can take a peek. Is he still hanging in there? Was the Japanese player Onishi, who I played at 750 to 1 here. Just a tiny sprinkle, but more top 20s and top 10. I think he's fallen off here a little bit already. 2 over right now, so not great for my man. That's my longest shot of the year so far, though, in any tournament. And let's see here. Andrew, I went Coco in 2 sets. It's almost minus 200 now. Even the game spread I felt was a little bit dicey going up against Stinky Boy San. I gotta stop saying that, was so funny. Nick Taylor for Gary. So thanks, Spoons. We just love talking sports and sports betting, and you guys supporting me on the channel with those subscriptions keeps me coming back every day. We go over the card with you guys, right? It's not about my picks. It's about what the chat. And look, even though we want to say our chat's the best and the picks are the best, the thing about the chat is we get a little bit of a consensus, right? Even if we're not running our little contest anymore, get the feel of what the public's on. There is one more game here tonight, the second game of the doubleheader, so a little bit tough right here with Kansas City and St. Louis in game 2. They'll be looking to get out of here. That's for sure, it feels like. And you got a couple left-handers here anyways, so I got to go under, at least without knowing what's going on in game 1. And look, a lot of times, you know how it is with breaking up the players given time off in the second game or whatever. I won't cover it too much. We've already covered the trends of these two. We went over game 1, but you have Cole Reagans here going up against Matthew Liberatore. Let me at least put the names of the pitchers in there. And we'll look at the WNBA real quick. Get on out of here. 2 games today. There we go. And let's see. Is it $1.20 or so in game 2 right now? Yeah, maybe $1.15, 7.5. Shaded to the under for sure. Maybe even $1.20. So move on the under, and I'll take the under in this one with the Royals and the Cardinals in game 2. You don't have to pick it if you don't want. You got to see game 1, but a lot of times I just don't even make it to a premium there in game 2. So thank you, guys. So yeah, it's a living the dream here, and thank you to all the subscribers that I have, almost 4 dozen of you, and comes out to about $1 a day per the subscriptions that kind of come in, and I've got it's almost like $50 a day to do this show, you guys. I don't want to say, hey, keep on supporting me. I love it. Not going to be rich or anything without hitting these picks, but you keep me coming back here. That's totally serious. Okay, so there you go. There you have it on the baseball today. I'm on the under in game 2. And I'm not saying blindly under in second game of doubleheaders, but I can promise you in doubleheaders in general. Now, I probably majority of unders anyways, but in doubleheaders, I'm even more to the under. All right, let's go now to the WNBA. We've got the Liberty taking on the Mystics here in this one, and I've got the first half to go under here right now with the Liberty and the Mystics. The current line is Liberty minus 13, maybe even 12.5. The total 163.5. First half total is going to be about 81 here, and I'm on the under. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game for the Liberty. They're 5-2 against the spread, 7-0 overall, 1-0 in the Commissioner's Cup. This is a Commissioner's Cup game. Liberty is off of a 100-52 win over Connecticut. Washington's lost 2 straight, including a loss to Indiana, 85-76. Washington doesn't even bother taking a lot of 3-pointers, and that's a problem. I mean, we know their game. You talk about their game, and some people have said, man, they run a slow pace. Washington actually runs a high pace, but they just don't take a lot of 3-pointers. They rely upon they're trying to rely a little bit on the defense here, but look, at first I was kind of thinking this would be an over, but the more I looked at it, and I had some other cappers. I was on a show also with Ronnie Crawford, and I like the first half under. That's what I'm going to take. First half under in this one. We did just get a little bit of injury news here. I think within the last couple of minutes is Naira Sabali is questionable in this one with a knee injury. So that's not great here right now for the Liberty, but come on, they got so much other talent. That's not even a factor. Anyways, I'm going to take the under in the first half here with the Liberty and the Mystics. Mystics are 3-5 coming into this one. And remember, these are Commissioner's Cup games. And right now, Washington is 0-1 in the Commissioner's Cup. Eastern Conference, New York and Indiana are 1-0. Atlanta and Chicago have not played a game yet in the Commissioner's Cup. Okay, next up, Valkyries and Phoenix here. I'm going to take the Valkyries in this one, plus the points. They've actually been quite good here. It's actually Phoenix is up to 6.5 right now. It's gone up here this morning in the total 157. That's gone down a little bit. Make sure you're checking out my WNBA show with myself. Ron Crawford's on there. This is on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel every day in the videos tab there. But I'm over there doing a WNBA show with Ron Crawford, with Solo Malone as well. So please check that out and get more picks from me over there every day. But hey, my exclusive pick here on this game is going to be on the Valkyries. Why not? Valkyries are just 2-4 straight up, but 4-2 against the spread. They're off of a loss to Minnesota, but they did get the cover in that one. Phoenix has been nice, right? 5-3. They are 1-1 in the Commissioner's Cup so far. Meanwhile, Golden State lost their first Commissioner's Cup game in that loss to Minnesota, but they're 4-2 against the spread. Phoenix is just 1-2 against the spread as a favorite. They also lost to Minnesota last time out. I was on them. They lost by 23 points, 88-65. These players and their coach is so animated, right? Even Iga talking. It's like, don't look at me. I'm taking the Valkyries in this one. You guys didn't have much in the WNBA today, so Timmy Tushu. Yeah, I'm taking Spain, Timmy. There has been some talking here from France from one of our experts, Fernando. But I'm taking Spain. I lost yesterday, so I'm not gonna brag or anything. But thank you, Timmy. And one other game, you guys have already talked about it a bit, with Ottawa and Saskatchewan here. I'm on the under in the opener in the Canadian Football League tonight. I'm going to go under 47 here, I believe. It might be a little higher here right now. Oh, gosh, it's 48. 47 and a half, and Bovada's 47/20. So I'm on the under here in the game between Ottawa and Saskatchewan here. Iga's Come on, Iga, get a grip. I mean, we worry about too many things. Okay, just play tennis. All right, you guys, I guess that's the show. I'm getting frustrated with my computer. You can hear me. I have to stall every 5 minutes. I'm not usually my eloquent talking here a little bit because I have to wait for the computer when I press the graphics. So I just want to get off the air now. Really appreciate it, though, everybody. Please go over to winnable.com if you'd like to pick up some more plays to me. Get those list of golfers that I'm on as well. Still in the round here, just underway. I mean, Rory is only on hole number 2 here, it looks like. So head on over there, get more plays from me for free, and then you can sign up there with the subscription plays. $19.95 a month. You get lots of plays from me, sometimes a couple of updates a day. It's just 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM. So if you'd really like to support me or, say thanks for doing the show, why not try the picks for a month? I think it's a pretty satisfying product as far as the plays coming in. They come in pretty consistently. You can always kind of trust that I'll have some plays there for you for the main cards with just 30 minutes to go. So, you guys are great. You guys have your own plays, but if you want to know some of the plays I'm on, consider subscribing over at winnable.com. It's browser based, so it comes in either on your phone, but you get the picks via SMS or other ways there. You can turn on the notifications and stuff like that. Okay, that's enough of that. Let me also tell you about the ribeye contest. In fact, you know how we do it. Let's let Mike tell you about it.
Sports Money's excited to present Chillin' and Grillin'. It's our 4th of July contest designed to bring you a barbecue from the Sports Money family. Real simple contest. It's a ribeye play of the day. You too can get in the ribeye business. And it's a real simple contest. All you have to do is pick one player per day. The contest period runs from June 9th through June 19th. That's a 10-day contest. That means you pick one player. You'll see on the screen, Otani, RBI with the price and the book. You'll post that each day, 1 entry per day required for 10 total entries. And of course, you got to post it to the designated video. It's in the comments field that we want to focus on this contest. Entries, of course, must be in before the game starts. We'll tally them all up. When it's all said and done, we'll look at the best net gain, net profit generated from the RBIs. And the winner will receive the gift basket you see on the right, a gift card to pay for your barbecue fun. Enjoy the contest. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and keep the comments coming. We'll see you soon.
Okay, so isn't that cool there? And I know we also had another Sharpie came in, donated $50. I think someone else donated $50, but I don't know. I don't know if it got added to the pool because I was just going in the general fund there the other day on that. What was it on Tuesday night or something? So, all right, everybody, that's going to do it there for the show. And hey, we're just a few days away from our contest there. So, hey, have a great sports betting day. I did see some other comments here real quick. You guys are excused if you want, but let me look. I saw here Timmy's with me. Tex took the liberty. Oh, Andrew's got late action here in World Cup qualifying today. Great matches here. Brazil and Ecuador. Brazil at Ecuador. Watch out, Brazil. Uruguay and Paraguay, always great. Today, and Argentina and Chile. So great matches there. And Zoe says, I might go under in every game this weekend, or maybe this season. Thank you, Zoe. Really appreciate it. Mystics, Moneyline, first quarter there. Thanks, everybody. That's the Morning Steam Show. I think we got a lot of plays out there. Hopefully a little something for everybody. And while we might not always be right, we try to let you know what you can bet on here on the Morning Steam Show. So, and Iga going to take charge here in this second set. Got a great third set coming up that I'm going to get to watch here. So, all right, everybody, enjoy the day, and we'll be back tomorrow, more Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Mikey Money's here tonight as well. It is Thursday night. I'm not sure it is Thursday night, and with the NBA Finals, I do think actually we do have a stream. We're kind of winging it here right now this time of the year, but with the finals, I think there is a stream. Congratulations to Zoe, to AOD, and Terrell. Also, and everybody has 150 points, it looks like there. Maybe Zoe wins by default there with AOD and Terrell and the community scoreboard. It's real cool. Check it out there if you can. I'd look at it here, but I'm looking at it over here on the side. Just go to the XP there on the right, click on it, and you'll see the community leaderboard, a little new feature here. And hey, if you want to get bumped up on the community leaderboard, throw some donos out there. Thanks, Nate. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate it. There will be a stream tonight. Maybe I'll make it. here. Should be fun with the NBA Finals and a little bit of baseball tonight. And, of course, WNBA and, hey, the Canadian Football League opener, right? So have a great day, everybody. All right, that's going to do it for the morning steam and for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
The 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.